And hello everyone, and we are back with another episode in Los Cruz. This is a build that we are doing that is vanilla as could be, no mods, just to show you guys how to really build up a city for beginners. If you're struggling to create a city with no traffic issues and making money and all that kind of stuff, we dive straight into that and tips and tricks to really manage your cities. Basically what I do almost step by step, minute by minute, to make sure how to really keep track of all your vitals and keep your city healthy and whatnot. So last time that we left off, we were just building the area out over here, building in some of these roads, and we were discussing, we had just gotten the big city upgrade basically, which allows us for larger roads, which though, even though we do have some money and we don't have, we paid off our one loan here, I'm still kind of, I think, kind of hold out on a little bit. The traffic has not gotten that bad quite yet. I think I want to upgrade the roads though, just to improve the overall look of the city a little bit more. And then it'll also allow for some stop signs and stoplights to actually get in here, and that will help the traffic just a little bit since it is starting to get a little crowded. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and we still need to keep track of our RCI here while doing all of this. And then on top of this, actually, I have decided I think I want to go ahead relocate our fire, police, and medical units here and just try and get them a little bit off of the road, because I think I had an idea of what I really want to do down kind of this main strip, which this is supposed to be an arterial road, which means it really helps people be able to funnel. As you can see, people shoot down all the way to their neighborhood before having to enter into a side street. So anyways, we will start out by we're going to relocate these ones, and pretty unfortunate for the people that live here, but we're going to go ahead and basically relocate these guys just around the corner here. And this one we're gonna have to put over here, but what I want to do is create kind of a cool, like, I don't know, walkway basically for people to come in all the way, like, out of these neighborhoods, connect down here, people from this corner. So if you have someone that lives here, they don't have to walk all the way down, over, around, and back in to get to this house, or vice versa. They don't have to walk all the way down, over, and in. I want them to be able to just like walk right here and boom, go right there, and then walk all the way over here. So basically kind of connecting the corners with some walking paths, which we're going to try to kind of do that around the city. Basically, I think that's the overall look that I'm going here for this neighborhood. So for these roads right here, we are going to keep these guys simple in upgrading these just to improve the overall look. Again, I don't feel like I need to upgrade this all the way to a 6-lane road just quite yet. So we're going to go ahead and keep this as a 2-lane road, and I am also going to go ahead and just fast forward this for you guys so you don't have to watch. But all the neighborhood roads, inner neighborhood roads, I'm going to use the grass. The collector roads leading up to the neighborhoods, we're going to use trees. And then the arterial roads, we're going to use this guy. So yeah, I'll fast forward this. There we go. Much, much cleaner. I really hate to upgrade this road because it's going to get rid of a lot of those houses. So I'm going to try and leave this one for as long as I can going. Or sorry, this one. I'm going to leave this one as long as I can leading into the industrial zone over here. But this road technically should be there. Okay. Alrighty. Now we just need to build our little pathway here. And a lot of this, you guys, is just like, it's minute details that are honestly, they're unnecessary for sure. Especially if you're doing stuff like me where you're deleting people's houses basically to get these paths in. And when you do this, I prefer to get rid of the snapping, so you can do this. This one I can't because of the park right here, no matter what. And I think what we need to do here too is probably just try and be a little more realistic with this and try and come right out of the corner. So, and I think also this is probably going to look better with the decorated trees and benches walking down. But this is really, you guys, if something that I struggled with to do at the beginning when I first started this game in actually decorating, because I figured why bother, this doesn't add value to my city in any sort of way. You know, I'm not making money off of building these paths basically. But let me tell you though, especially after watching City Planner plays, that guy knows what's up, and he loves decorating. And you look at his cities and how awesome they are and how good he is at this game, and his cities really, you realize how actually decorating, I mean, it really does make like a huge difference. As much as I don't care for the decorating part of the game, it actually, I've come to learn to love it a little bit, just because of how much it really adds to your city. And in the end, it does feel like it actually adds quite a bit of value, right? Like, it's not it's something that I guess in your own mind you can decide, like, is this really making my city that much better? I think it's just, it makes it a lot more aesthetically appealing to look at, which is important if you're going to be playing in this city a lot, and if you're going to be, I guess, just playing the game a lot. So keep that in mind. Just keep it in mind. That's all. So you guys will see too, as we play, like, the pathways, people will end up using them. Some people, like, the people will decide whether it's the longest route or not. Uh-oh. And power. Oh, that's because of the buildings in the middle. Well, gosh darn it. What do you know? I think the best way to go about doing this one, you guys, honestly, is going to be filling in the gap here. And getting people closer to that power line there. For now, though, we're just going to go ahead and branch this up and over, annoying as that is. So in reality, I guess we really should, just very briefly before we keep designing, but see, I mean, okay, we're just real quick, right? This adds, it's nice to not look at the dirt paths. It's nice not to look at just patches of grass. That would not be realistic. A city would not leave that there. Maybe that path is a little wavy. We're going to decorate that up with some more bushes and trees basically, but we're going to continue filling this stuff in. Let's just go through, run through all of our utilities here, so all that stuff is good. Garbage really is becoming a issue again, even with the 2 recycling bins. I really do hate landfills, but I think we just need to go ahead and do this. And I want it as close to the people as I possibly can. We do have a few issues, not enough workers. That's because of our RCI here, and we are building these houses here, so that should help take care of that issue there. I don't want to leave that open-ended. We're gonna go ahead and just full circle that one right there. Speed this up just a little bit to help that industry out. We have a little bit of commercial here. These people should be okay. I do want to put in, I think, just a couple of shops, maybe actually right here at the end of the street. We'll do that, but then we can fill those guys in with all residential and stay off of the arterial road here. And then delete these guys, clean it up just a little bit, and we're good to go. Okay, so again, garbage. Hopefully this large landfill will take care of it here soon. Be sure, you guys, to keep up on bulldozing any of your abandoned industries or homes or anything like that. It is important to actually keep track of that kind of stuff. So medical, we're good. Death care, we have not unlocked crematoriums yet, so we're not going to worry about this bar just yet. Child care we could use. We do have an elder care and a child health care center, so I think, and as you can see, look at the blue circle, you guys, this thing can cover a lot of ground, and we want this as centrally located as possible. Since we already have our little public library right here with some commercial, I'm kind of thinking right here, and unfortunately knocking out those houses. The other option would be putting it on this collector road right here, which that does always kind of concern me, especially since we are going to branch out here. In reality, what you can do is, I guess, or what I will do, we're going to go ahead, put this guy back on, and just snap this guy. I do not want this to, I think, go all the way through to the industrial road. We kind of already have this road as a collector, and I want that to continue acting as one. I don't want 2 of them here, so I think I'm going to make this guy, leave that guy as is, but then what we'll do is we will just come right off of this road right here to put down our elderly and childcare, and just double check to make sure that we're replacing it is going to reach just about everyone, which I think we're pretty well covered there. And actually going to rotate this. I think I actually want this off of the collector road there. So, and then we're going to do the same thing and just drop our elderly care. So now those numbers should increase. And as you see, the oopsies, you see homes going from red to blue to green to blue. Everything's slowly increasing here. So we're good there. Go through the fire hazard. We definitely need more fire departments, especially on this side of the town, since these 2 right now just cover those. We could probably spread these out just a little bit and move in, since that guy's right there, probably actually move this guy closer to this end of town. This is one thing, you guys, that it drives me nuts. I hate deleting residential homes that are already established. It sucks. I hate demolishing homes, but you know what? It's for the greater good, honestly. We're gonna match that up, put that guy in there. Go back to our fire services. In reality, I guess, it might be, so one thing to look at, right? These firehouses have a fire engine capacity of 6, and the cost is $12,000. The upkeep is the important number. Look at the upkeep. Upkeep of $560. This one is an upkeep of 1,440 with a fire engine capacity of 25. Basically meaning 3 of these is going to cost you more in upkeep than 1 of these. And this one also has a larger fire engine capacity. So this guy, and you can see that even when we put, and watch the industrial area, right? We could put this thing almost probably like centrally located in the city, and it's going to reach almost the entire city. So when building, it's important, I think, to really look at some of those minute details and just making sure that you're being smart with your money and budgeting this correctly. Now, again, we're going to really try to almost centrally locate this firehouse, and look at that. That thing just like boom, it takes off. The industrial may need its own, which what we're going to do is actually, I think, let's delete that one, and then I think we can actually move this one, and this one can cover that area basically for the industrial. And oh shoot, we need some power. Is that one okay? Oh, landfills don't need power. That is right. I forget about that. We'll put that guy over there. That helps cover that. These guys are pretty well covered. Fire hazard is almost low. It's really this industrial area. I think those guys will be okay though, but jail availability. So the crime rate is really low. This is where it's a little difficult. So because the jail availability is low, that's because of how many criminals we actually have compared to the jail capacity. But the crime rate is really, really low, which is good. And that is mainly because of our education, which we'll dive into this tab and beef up the city here in just a second. But you do need to make sure that the jail availability is high, even if your crime rate is low, in case this thing decides to pop off. And again, look at the green lines of where our existing one is. The industrial area can get robbed, so we do want to make sure that we somewhat service that. And we want this police station to try and reach out as far as it can. I'm more concerned with the residential and the commercial than the industrial over here. And if you go into, I guess, your tabs here and you look at your income, residential and commercial are far, far superior in my mind right now than industrial because of the amount of income. So if we're going to be concerned about anyone, it's probably going to be a little bit sighted towards the residential and commercial areas. So keep little details like that in mind as you're building this out. And I think a good location for this is going to be somewhere here in the middle off of this collector road to try and reach to this intersection of the neighborhood, and making sure, see, the second that we go over here, it gets rid of this corner. So I mean, maybe even, I hate the idea. There's no way that they would drop a police station with a jail right next to a public library. That just would not realistically happen. So we do want to keep that in mind also. Dropping it in the middle of a neighborhood, yes and no, that would happen. I know at least like where I grew up in, that was the case. And on an arterial road, yes, that actually could happen, and that might actually be better for the police station anyways to get to businesses and homes faster. So for right now, I am going to go against what I've been saying, and I'm actually going to drop this on the arterial road there, and that actually helps get through there. The only place is right in here, which we can fix that if we decide to. I guess if we're having issues, then what we'll do is we'll come in and put in a little connection road just right through here. And again, I hate deleting buildings, but that kind of gets rid of the funneling effect also. But we will do that in the name of the law if we have to. So keep going through your tabs here though. Elementary schools, we are doing okay on. It's pretty obvious that we need some more. The eligibility is at 315 with a capacity. We just may need to redistribute these guys a little bit, and we're gonna move this elementary school over here to get better coverage since we already have one located over here. What this is telling me with both of them over here is just walking distance, really. People were struggling to get to the schools, and oopsies, did not want to do that. I want to fill these in with residential. But yeah, people were just struggling to walk to the schools, and that's why it's important to actually continue building out and putting in walkways for people if you can, right, where it makes sense. And it's one reason why also the grid system works so well, is because all of your roads are still considered walkways too. So we're gonna have to do the same thing with the high school, since high school is, even though you see all the green, clearly even with the eligibility is getting close to the capacity, people are clearly struggling to actually be able to walk to that high school, that it's out of range. So I think we need a high school on this side of town, another high school on this side of town, and we are going to, I think, continue to drop the education all kind of relatively close to each other on this one strip, and you can kind of decide, I guess, what's going to be best for your city, obviously. But we're gonna go ahead, drop that guy right there. Some people are angry that we just demolished their house. Some people are happy about it. But what we are then going to do is actually take this guy and relocate this. So this high school is covering this area. We really need this guy, I think, further up here to service kind of this area. So we want to relocate this guy. If I can, I think right off of there would be great, right next to the elementary school. And these guys have some pretty cool views down into the valley. I think that is sweet. It looks awesome. This little hillside is not very realistic, but you know, you win some, you lose some. I don't know what else to say about that one. We're going to try to clean this up just a little bit so it doesn't look so awkward. It's all in the details, you guys. Realistically, you would not build a house on a cliffside. Or I should say, some people do that, but you would not build an entire row of homes and schools and commercial all on a cliffside and leave it like that. That is unrealistic. That's at least a little bit better. And this is where another mod really comes in handy. There's another one that gives you additional tools where you could make this this whole fix a whole hell of a lot easier. So, all right, and now we are going to actually. We need to finish this. So high school, this will slowly get better over time now that the eligibility is better. Colleges, though, we do need something. So the community and the Institute of Creative Arts is more so for the elementary schools and middle schools. I guess actually we haven't unlocked the university yet, so we're going to keep working on that. And then otherwise public libraries, again, we may just want to kind of relocate some of this stuff and space it out a little bit. public libraries are actually really important. People do use them, and we can have a capacity. This is, yet again, it's one of those things, I think it's walking distance. Some of this might be just a little too far for people. I mean, I know that we have our little education row here, but you know what? Maybe this is going to be okay. I think I'm actually going to leave this. Just kidding. Yep, I'm going to leave this. And then otherwise, we are not at the point where we really need any sort of transportation, but ideally, you guys, the idea is checking in on your city. Just click on every tab and just go down the row and just check on all of your vitals. And leads me into another mod, you guys, that's really good. It's a City Vitals mod. The City Vitals mod is super helpful because all it does is it brings up exactly, I mean, everything that we're looking at right now. Brings up all of your city vitals, making sure, and it'll put a nice little tab right here for you, where that way you do not need to sit here and constantly be concerned with what's going on in your city, because basically this mod is going to just show you all of the data right there. So, you know what? I'm changing my mind. This actually is going to go all the way through, because I just had an idea of something that I want to do. I want to create a really nice park that comes through here, and I think I want to do. So now, if you guys actually have access to the DLCs, you can pretty much start on creating a natural reserve park or a city park almost right away, and it does actually generate a little bit of money for you guys. Now you can see too, I do want to point this out. So we just went ahead, we put in additional high schools, we put in additional elementary schools, fire stations, everything, parks, and all that stuff costs money, but look at our weekly income. Our weekly income actually increased, you guys. Look at this wad of cash we're now sitting on. And that is because, look at how much since the last time we looked at this residential. Look at the level 3 and level 4. People are upgrading because they are happy that we put in these parks for people, right? So like all of these people are starting to upgrade, and this will drastically increase your income. So just when you think like parks are not important, no, parks are very, very important. It is crucial to put in parks. And then otherwise, little areas like this where it's right on the corner and we couldn't zone this, stuff like this, you guys, what we're gonna do in these little spots, you guys, is honestly just fill those items a little bit. There, those items a little bit. Over here, the same thing. Those, these, and just filling stuff in, you guys. It helps so much. It is such a game changer. And this actually brings me to yet another mod, Tree Anarchy. Tree Anarchy, man, it is such a lifesaver. You can use essentially the same snapping tools that you use for roads on landscaping. So that way I could just click and hold snap and it would just create a line of trees for me. And I like lining this kind of stuff, I guess the arterial roads, with trees. Personally, at least, I think it gives a little bit of just like a cleaner look. We're gonna do something over here. I think I want to do I did want to do a natural reserve park, but I think we're going to continue to build out a windmill farm over here. Actually, that would definitely give a pretty cool look. Oh shoot, and I completely forgot, we're doing our whole little walkway down here, and we are going to go ahead and actually come back and finish this guy up now that our RCI is looking a little bit cleaner, and we're making some good money. So I think the waviness in these paths are gonna drive me absolutely nuts. I do want to clean these up. Sorry people that were just walking on it, my bad. My bad, bro. But I think this is a little more realistic. Right? Yes. Those ones I'm okay with. Now come back and put in just a little something here. And since we couldn't fill in those areas, what we are going to do... Oh shoot, we can't build... So they also have props, you guys, so we may just make our own little makeshift park in these areas. 'Cause I think what we're gonna do here, because they would not realistically leave this valuable land just completely untouched. That is not how... Ooh, big city upgrade. So campus area, so colleges, campus, level 5 unique buildings, which is good, IT clusters, which is awesome, big education boost, different sort of policies, and then now we can build high density, which is awesome. And then there's our university, incinerating plant, some more transportation stuff, just a nice big slew of stuff. Big town, 5,500 policy. We are slowly making our way. Gonna add a few trash cans here, and then we're going to add some park features. Around this guy, and I think there would be I could imagine there being a little grill, a little you know, a little something there. And then otherwise, I mean, these are right, there would be a nice couple of seating areas where you could go and eat at outside of the grill, watch your kids play. And then this would probably be gated in, I would imagine. Well, maybe it wouldn't be. Actually, we're gonna leave that one alone. And then it'll just be on doing a little landscaping around here. So I don't think it would have a lot of little bushes kind of surrounding something like this, with a few, I think, larger trees. Here, this would be more so a park for like that that little area. And this side, we're just gonna fill in with some trees. Big trees, small trees, get some variation in there. There we go. This place is starting to look nice. Go ahead and finish up these roads now. See, yet again, something drives me nuts in the vanilla. Why in the world will you not connect there? In our head, we know that that would connect there. It's just going to drive me absolutely bonkers. It doesn't make any sense. All right, look at how full this town looks now, right? A little bit of landscaping. Some additional, some better roads with some tree lawns, some actual trees. Everything, you guys, is looking way better. We got all of our RCIs in control. Our city is in control. People are happy. We could maybe use, I guess we could use a few more parks, but we're actually going to add a nice little city park in here. And the last thing that we are going to do in this episode for today is at least just get that area zoned out, right? So we have, and actually, you know what? We haven't even actually made this a district. which we definitely should make this a district. So we're gonna go ahead and paint this area, and districts generally aren't this big always. Usually districts are a little bit smaller. We're gonna leave this one out. This industrial zone is actually going to be its own district, because realistically that is what they would do. And then I'm going to, oopsies, come back, touch these up. Sorry you guys, I am a perfectionist. That kind of stuff drives me nuts. All right, so now we got that. And now we're gonna paint a park area. So like I said, I want a nice little, I think, city park in here. Nice little place for people to visit. And this will help, the city park area is going to help kind of separate the residential from the industrial. And what we will end up doing too is needing to empty out our landfill and probably move this back, because we would not put a landfill right next to a park. But this would give something for the children and the elderly, basically, that are being cared for, somewhere for them to go and walk to, you know? Like, I think it would create a really nice little area for people to go and enjoy. And we're just gonna build this guy right there. And I do want to put in some little side gates. Park side gate, there it is. Put in park side gates on each side for everyone to come in and enjoy. And get that area some water. We'll need to get that one some power. We will worry about that here in just a second. And then what we are going to do is, I want this thing to like circle around here, and we'll connect that guy right there. And I want, this needs to come, yeah, there we go, across like this. Bend this guy out. If you guys have not used, if you're new to this game, I would highly recommend that you get used to this freeform tool in creating paths, because this thing is, once you get used to it, you kind of figure it out. I promise you, you will love it. This thing is so nice to have. It's clean, easy, and simple. Promise you that you will end up loving it. So we are creating the paths with all the trees that already are partially decorated, with lights and benches and all that kind of stuff, since that's the running theme in our city right now. So, and then what we are going to do is then just come back and fill in these areas with some park cafes, some benches, trees, cities, whatever, right? There would, realistically, there would be a little bit of everything. There's a lot of stuff that you can put in. And so, I think actually I'm going to kind of leave it open for right now. Because I do want to, I want to use some of these upgrades, but we're going to like line this guy in park tiles, I think. And put down some benches, because around the fountain, this is the city where they do a lot of chess tournaments in this park. That's the kind of city this is, with their little mountain views and their fountain. They've got their fountain, they've got their mountains, they've got their all their lakes and rivers and waterfalls, all that kind of stuff. Let's see, there's just going to be lots of tables, everyone to come and enjoy. And these parks, you guys, they do generate money, you know. And so then here are the chess tables, which we can't put it inside of that park, which that's okay. Maybe actually, you know what? I think we put down too many of these bench parks. We need to separate these guys out just a little bit. Oopsies, now we're deleting tiles. I am failing, absolutely failing right now at this. Oh, wait, there. There we go. We're gonna add some others. This is obviously what I Alright, so our Chester Park. That is what's up. Chester Park here, which I don't think I really like that name. And this is Cherry Square. We may need to change that, but see, here you go. This is where education is so freaking important. Elementary school is good, and the way that this game works also, you guys, just so you know, the kids have to go to elementary school, and it works just like this in real life, right? Kids have to go to elementary school to get into high school, and you can see that we're slowly starting to turn blue because finally the kids are starting to go. So honestly, a huge tip that if there's one thing that you can take away from all of this is just put down education as soon as possible. Like it will help you out so much in the end. And I think too, you know, the second you can put down a college, which I want to put this college down, I think right across from our park here is what's going to look good, and it's right next to the fire station here. But another mod that's really helpful, you guys, is parking lots. This I would turn into a parking lot for the college and for our park here, but unfortunately I can't do that. So we're gonna go ahead and actually just zone in a little bit of residential there, so then that way those can fill in. We do have a little bit of a demand for residential. I do actually want this park surrounded with some buildings, so we are gonna go ahead and fill in some residential. And oopsies, actually we're not going to put residential in on that side of the park because of the industrial. I forgot about that little tidbit there. People that live next to the industrial areas do not like it. Holy crap. And I'm building on an arterial road. Do not do that either. Big no-no. No. You get off of there. Okay, there we go. So you guys, that is where I am going to leave it off. This is our little city. We didn't get to 10,000 like I wanted to. Not even, I guess just barely halfway. But this is where I'm going to go ahead and leave this episode off. I appreciate it. You guys joining, watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to check out the podcast also. There's a Tech Brews Games podcast out there on Anchor, Google, Spotify. All the places where you can get your podcast. So any support you guys are willing to give, I would definitely appreciate it. Obviously, trying to grow the channels here. And if you guys have any suggestions, be sure to drop them in the comment section or in the email. You can email us at techbrewsgames@gmail.com. Otherwise, I will just plan on seeing you guys in the next episode. Peace.